And finally, new rule: if something about the human race is changing at a previously unprecedented rate, we have to at least discuss it. Broken down over time, the LGBT population of America seems to be roughly doubling every generation. According to a recent Gallup poll, less than 1% of Americans born before 1946, that's Joe Biden's generation, identify that way. 2.6% of boomers do, 4.2% of Gen X, 10.5% of millennials, and 20.8% of Gen Z. Which means if we follow this trajectory, we will all be gay in 2054.
There goes population crisis.
And then who's going to buy this chair?
There goes the population crisis.
There you go.
Why decrease the population,
Well,
Mr. Gates, if everyone's gay?
That's a good point.
Well, they're saying men can have babies, though, so they'll probably keep doing that, but then they'll just fade the lines of who's actually having the baby. But still, it's not going to be
at the same rate that we now have it. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's a good way to depopulate the world, yeah.
I'm just saying that when things change this much, this fast, people are allowed to ask, what's up with that? All the babies are in the wrong bodies? Was there a mix-up at the plant, like with Captain Crunch's Oops, All Berries?
It's true.
It wasn't that long ago when adults asked a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? They meant what profession?
Got a good point.
That is a good point.
In the wake of America about to lose abortion rights, the ACLU recently tweeted a list of those who would be disproportionately harmed by this. You would think women might top that list? No, wasn't even on the list. Second on the list was LGBT. Really? Abortion rights affects gay and trans people more than, you know, breeders? I'm happy for LGBT folks that we now live in an age where they can live their authentic lives openly. And we should always be mindful of respecting and protecting. But someone needs to say it. Not everything's about you. And it's okay to ask questions about something that's very new and involves children. The answer can't always be that anyone from a marginalized community is automatically right, trump card, mic drop, end of discussion. Because we're literally experimenting on children.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Sweden and Finland have stopped giving puberty blockers to kids.
Yeah.
Because we just don't know much about the long-term effects. Although common sense should tell you that when you reverse the course of raging hormones, there's going to be problems.
Yes.
We do know it hinders the development of bone density, which is kind of important if you like having a skeleton.
Kind of need your skeleton.
Fertility and the ability to have an orgasm seem also to be affected. This isn't just a lifestyle decision, it's medical.
Yes.
Weighing trade-offs is not bigotry. Yet when a book questioning the subject...
Weighing trade-offs is not bigotry.
Explain that.
It is so we need to think about these things. It's like they're saying, oh, because you want to talk about it, you're asking questions, so you're wrong, you're a bigot, you're rude, that's wrong of you. No, are people being educated at the long-term consequences of these blockages? Like, look at what he says here. Do you have it up? Irreversible damage.
Yes, it is.
Irreversible damage. Are they talking about all of these things that will show people very clearly, like, this is unnatural?
It is unnatural.
This is like how they try to it's like creating, it's imputing chemicals to change the normal makeup of something. It is not, this is not the design of humanity.
It's gonna result in some serious consequences.
And you know the mental health that's gonna come from this? So then you know the disease, the physical, like he said, medical issues that are gonna result from this?
Oh yeah. Because
then they're gonna try to reverse that and reverse that and reverse that. So all of the different testing that's gonna come, the millions and billions of dollars that are gonna have to go out.
Follow
I
the
don't
money.
care about taxpayer dollars, but I know a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
These are all good things to think about. God
Yeah.
says we have to reason, we have to talk, we have to have these conversations to start. He doesn't want us to sit here and to say, oh, okay, all in the name of love.
Mm.
This is not in the name of love.
No.
There are young people who are growing.
Mm.
Like when babies are growing, you want to interject something that could potentially change their lives forever and not even take time to really weigh it in the balance and say like, hey, these are the formative years. What do we say? People aren't adults until they're 25.
Absolutely.
Their frontal lobe, reasoning, judgment, those things are not developed until people become 25. Why are we letting children say, I want to be a girl, I want to be a boy, I want to take these medications, and then stripping the rights from the parents?
All right.
Parents are not allowed. Hi, Mr. E. Parents are not allowed to be able. Parents, if the child says that, parents have to comply with the children in some situations and circumstances, or that child will be taken from them and given to the state.
Yeah,
that's happening to someone I know from, to someone I don't know them personally, but that's
disturbing, and
So
it shows you this is where it that's part of the goal from the very beginning.
Breaking down,
tearing
the mind,
down, yeah.
Because all you're gonna have now is mental health, and what are we gonna have? A rise in pharmaceutical needs and a rise in manufacturing these medications to target the damage and target the mental health and all of these programs to just help the people who are gonna be then what are they going to have? The side effects from all of this? I mean, it's just, you can literally see the future when you look at something like this. And especially that picture right there.
It's trouble.
Irreversible damage.
Brady, you said when I was 4, I wanted to be Popeye. But
right? Hello? You ate how much spinach, Butch? We ate spinach. I wanted to be what was her name? Popeye and
Popeye's girlfriend.
What was his girlfriend's name? I know you know, Butch.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been a long time. But anyway, you're right. It's just that what's happening is just too much feelings, too much trusting my emotions. And I think next time we meet, I'm gonna share another video where some people are trying to degenderize now. They are saying, I've made a bad decision.
Yeah,
I was young. I didn't realize what I was doing. And I wish my doctor had talked me out of it. And that's what they're coming out saying now.
Amen.
But these videos don't make, the news, of course.
That's what I was going to ask.
But it's happening. You can find these videos all over now. Because these people are saying, I just needed prayer. I needed counseling. I needed to go see a psychologist. I needed help to be talked. And it helped me to understand what's happening within me with these emotions. But they just told them, hey, get these period blockers, get these hormone changers and stuff like that, and now they're coming back saying, I want to go back to be what I was created to be.
And that's sad, because now you're going to have now they're going to need a whole nother set of medication, and the mental, if it doesn't happen, the mental ramifications from that. I mean, it's just, it's sad because like the gentleman said before, it's all intentional.
Yes, all planned out.
It's intentional.
Yes, it is.
Mr. E.
Mr. E.
So an 18-year-old isn't enough to buy a gun, but a 5-year-old is mature enough to choose to have permanent surgery on their bodies to try to change their sex. This is what I'm saying. Even they're saying 21-year-olds can't drink alcohol. Children are still in school until they're 16, 17, 18. In high school.
Yeah.
They're saying that the frontal lobe isn't even completed when you can make sound reason and judgment until you're 25. Yet they're saying, we understand how you feel and we will take every measure to make sure that you become what it is that you desire to be. Do you know what you want to be called? Why are you even asking these types of questions?
Do you understand what's happening within you that leads you to ask these type of questions? Where are these feelings coming from?
Were they molested? Were they raped?
Yeah, they're all
there's so many different things that have happened to a lot of people. This isn't just, I woke up and felt like I wanted to be a girl.
No.
It happens in some cases.
I believe some of these emotions are real for them at that current state of their lives. It's just the way we respond to the emotions that is a problem. They are saying emotions I go through as an individual. I'm so glad I don't pay attention to them sometimes. Sometimes I feel angry. Sometimes I feel sad. I feel like the world is ending. Like I feel like the worst things are happening to me. But sometimes these are just momentary emotions. sometimes I just need to go and take a walk in the park and just talk to someone and listen to some music, and that's all I need to do. But what I'm seeing today is just as soon as emotion is these young people are going through some confusing thing mentally, they just want to capitalize on that and politicize on that, and then use it as a mean to push forward their agenda, when these kids really all they need is someone to trust, talk to. They need to see a counselor. They need somebody to pray with them. And they don't want to look at any other alternative rather than, hey, you must be gay, you must be trans, you must be, like, come on, man. Like, stop.
I don't
It's very
know.
intentional.
And I don't know what that process looks like. I would love to meet someone who has been a part of that process, or look up a testimony.
Oh, yeah, that's our next time we meet.
What it was to go through it, to see what, and I don't know what everyone is doing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say this is exactly what's happening, but I wonder if they're given the right counsel. I wonder if they're digging in to see, is there a trauma history that might be causing them to push this way. I just met a young lady. She went through, she was raped. Right, and so she had cut off all of her hair, and she wanted to be wants to be a boy, because her perpetrator said that she looked like her mother. So this is why, but she doesn't want to live that lifestyle anymore. I didn't say a word about anything. I didn't say the Lord doesn't like. I didn't say anything. This was her just talking to me openly. Period, because I gave her my testimony, and so we connected in that way. But in my testimony, she found strength in her testimony to share it with me.
Absolutely.
And then that's when you get to the root. So are they getting to the root of why these children feel this way? Or are they just capitalizing on how they feel?
This is about the narrative. It's not about the kids.
Or are they even introducing it to them? Because now this education in schools looks like they're introducing it.
Oh, they already are.
They're just introducing it, not necessarily
in bits and pieces.
That anyone wants it. It's like, maybe, someone said I look like a boy. Yeah. No boys like me. I went through school and was just like, oh.
They're being exposed slowly. And it's like that slippery slope. Like, look at how fast this thing is growing. It has been that way. You can see it to the media, to the school, to the movies, a little kissy here and there, you know. And
it's on a billboard.
It becomes a norm. Like, and then now we come to a place where we think, yeah, this is how things are supposed to be.
Now it's on TV. No more censorship of any kissing. And now you're seeing...
It's in your face now.
Yes.
You in your commercials and everything. Well, anyway, let's bring this to an end.
An uptick in transitioning children was released. A trans lawyer with the ACLU named Chase Strangio tweeted, "Stopping the circulation of this book and these ideas is 100% a hill I will die on." How very civil liberties of him. Chase, by the way, has just been named one of the grand marshals of this year's New York City Pride March, along with 3 other trans people and a lesbian. What's missing here? Oh, right, a gay man.
Oh, that's so true, because they're all trans.
That's where we are now. Gay men aren't hip enough for the gay pride parade.
Oh, wow.
Compared to trans, gay is practically cis, and cis is practically Mormon.
That's Mitt Romney.
And this is a phenomenon we need to take into account when we look at this issue. Yes, part of the rise in LGBT numbers is from people feeling free enough to tell it to a pollster, and that's all to the good. But some of it is, it's trendy. Penis
trendy
equals man. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Remember, the prime directive of every teen is anything to shock and challenge the squares who brought you up. It's why nobody gets a nose ring at 56.
It's true. They're still trying to get their social.
And if you haven't noticed that with kids, doing something for the likes is more important than their own genitals, you haven't been paying attention.
Yep.
Dr. Erica Anderson is a prominent 71-year-old clinical psychologist who is herself transgender and who now says, "I think it's gone too far." The LA Times summarizes, "She's come to believe that some children identifying as trans are falling under the influence of their peers and social media."
Yep.
If you attend a...
I think that's powerful.
That's crucial.
And that's what I was trying to say in a very professional way, was saying their brains aren't even developed.
No.
They can't make sound, reason, and judgment, and that makes it even more sense where they're at as far as their stages and of life, where they're at. What is it? Erickson's stages of life, they're still trying to figure out who
Yeah.
they are. And now we're giving them all these different things. They always are hopping on new trends.
Right.
Look at TikTok. Look at Facebook.
Mhm.
Look at all the social medias. It's a trend. It's a trend to pour ice on each other and to do these different things. You don't see, like he said,
It's just,
all
it's
of these.
looking
You
for
see some
attention.
grown-ups doing it,
Mhm.
but ultimately, you see this age group of teenagers
Mhm.
and young adults doing all these fad, trendy type of things.
Yeah, it's all about getting me attention.
The
It's all about
likes, the views,
Yeah, it's
fitting
about
in.
fitting in.
And just
It's a new thing now to be gay. It's just very trendy. To be trans, it makes you even more popular today. So that's what it's been all about. That's been part of the pushers behind that, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Butch Brady. This is my point exactly. It all profits big pharma. All the money.
That's why they will never speak against it, because the money comes back to the bank.
It's easier for a doctor to give a pill instead of fixing the problem, just mask the symptoms. That's why it's difficult being in healthcare these days. It's really hard for me. Music will 100% change. What's that say? Ugly moods.
That's true.
I mean, so you look at it. So basically, you see how something can just help make a change that quickly, and that quickly. So we have to be very careful with our youth, with these generations coming up, what we're instilling into them. But that's true. And even this woman said that
being a trans,
she thinks it's going too far.
Yeah, it was never their intent for it to be this far, and that's the thing with the devil. You give him an inch, he takes a mile.
Yeah. All of
Small
us.
dinner party of typically very liberal upper-income Angelenos. It is not uncommon to hear parents who each have a trans kid having a conversation about that. What are the odds of that happening in Youngstown, Ohio? If this spike in trans children is all natural, why is it regional? Either Ohio is shaming them or California is creating them.
I clap to that.
That is insightful.
A good point. That is an
insightful.
Excellent point.
Very good point. Yeah, there is. In some cases, it is more acceptable
Prominent.
than others. Yeah, it is more prominent. It's given life, and others is just like, yeah, that's actually really good.
And this is key, where you always say, "In your face." It's in these kids' face, so heavy and so hard. And who can be the best trans? And who can do this? And who can do that? And their parents are co-signing this, and that kid is getting a lot of attention. And why not me? I need to get some attention. You know what? I kind of feel that way now too. He seems like he's really happy going through these changes, or she seems like she's really happy going through these changes.
Man, we got to protect our
I
children.
love what he said. So when you look at where is the highest rise? Wow.
Look at certain states.
Wow.
You know, what they do.
Because they're putting it in their kids' faces. It's the lifestyle.
Wow.
It's becoming the culture.
Shame on them. All right.
It's like that day we suddenly all needed bottled water all the time. If we can't admit that in certain enclaves there is some level of trendiness to the idea of being anything other than straight, then this is not a serious science-based discussion.
Of course it's not.
It's a blow being struck in the culture wars using children as cannon fodder. I don't understand parents who won't let their 9-year-old walk to the corner without a helmet, an EpiPen, and a GPS tracker. And God forbid their lips touch dairy. But hormone blockers and genital surgery, fine.
Right?
Talk about a nut allergy.
Oh, wow. I have to agree with Bill Maher hit the nail in a sure place with this talk, because I'm telling you, I have so many things I disagree with him upon, especially when it comes to religion as an atheist. But he is so balanced with this one. I have to give him credit. Well done.
I agree.
So well done. And I think the parents plays a significant role in this. And we have to look at it's not just LGBT. You know, we have parents that are opening the back door and allowing them to invade.
What do the parents gain from this?
I don't necessarily know.
Isn't that there? Like, it's almost like that Munchausen.
I think they feed.
Like,
I think they benefit from the attention as well.
Yeah.
I think they benefit from the attention and you know,
that they're trying to prove a point to the world.
Yeah.
Is it a
We
lot of
want-
their own
yeah,
insecurities?
inclusivity
What is it?
and-
Why do you think parents are even promoting this?
I don't necessarily know.
Then
I was-
the two of them had a child.
Yeah, I was saying I'm gonna do something with you, and I'm gonna put a pile of video from Lips of TikTok, and it's just like what they do. They find all these videos of trans, gay.
Mhm.
It's a Christian person who does it, but they put them together and they just let people put their opinion on it. It's very good to do. So you will hear real parents in their home grooming their children, their perspective on certain things. It's good to
Why?
listen
I just
to
want to
them.
know why parents.
Yeah.
Why the parents?
But
of
I think
these-
the parents themselves have either been groomed over time mentally. They
I
may
wonder,
not
are
have.
they
They may not
gay?
be identified as
Are any
gay.
of the parents gay?
Some of them are, but
Mhm.
some of them may not identify. But you can be a sympathizer. You may
Mhm.
not always be, a gay person yourself, but you may agree with it and be part of the pusher, while you yourself may not identify as gay. So, yeah.
Mr. E has a good question. Trans means transitioning from male to female or vice versa. So if it's just a male dressing like a female, or if it's just a male dressing like a female or male dressing like a female, but have no desire for an actual surgery but to transition, is that actually trans? No, I think you really have to change your parts.
Yeah, you do have to do. You can't just put some clothes on and consider
No,
yourself
you're
trans.
actually
Yeah,
you
you
are
do
actually
have
stopping
to.
hormones,
Mhm.
removing hair,
Yeah.
changing.
You cut out your breasts and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because I think that's I have to look it up 100%, but I'm pretty sure when I've seen it in the past, I've looked it up before, all of them, but
Yeah, you have to be
I'm
all
pretty
in.
sure you have to,
Yeah.
yeah, not just changing clothes. I know that's
No, that would just make you.
and let me tell you, with the definition of love and how it is out there, if someone says that, they probably say you count.
Yeah.
They would probably give them the title.
Absolutely.
Because you might be too afraid to go under the knife, but this is what you call yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we have all these. I'm sure it counts, but maybe from a medical doctoral viewpoint.
Mark, you said this is a drag queen. It's a male. The person on the screen here with Bill Maher.
Oh, really?
That's interesting. But you'd be so surprised. There are some people.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, Mark is talking about. He's talking about Mr. E.
Oh, Mr. E's comment? Okay.
He's
Yeah,
responding
well,
to that.
I was going to say, Mr. E comments, it sounds like a gay person who's just
That's a drag queen if it's a male.
simple as that.
That makes sense.
You're not a trans then. You're just a drag queen. Got it.
Yeah.
So they already have something for it, Mr. E. Sorry, they figured it out before you got there.
There are so many that claim to be trans but don't have the surgery. Yeah, I don't think that really counts, but
I'm pretty sure it's
the
accepted.
grand scheme of things, it will be accepted
like you're
eventually.
saying, the word love, once you put love over it, it makes sense. It's accepted in the community. So
It's a feeling, because they make love a feeling, where love is not a feeling. It is a principle that's carried through by action.
that's right.
But
All right. Oh, girl.
I guess penises are gross now, but one might come in handy later on. And if you're a man who wants to experience life without a pair of balls, you do not have to get surgery. You can get married.
Amen to that.
We joke.
you don't like
You got
that?
excited about that one for a minute. I wanted to pause and see why is she so excited.
Who's the boss? No. We got to give our men their
And never
kahunas back.
forget, children are impressionable and
They
very,
are
very stupid.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Oh, vulnerable.
Kids don't know why mom drinks every day or why dad has 2 cell phones.
Oh, that's terrible.
Maybe the boy who thinks he's a girl is just gay. Or whatever Frasier was.
Remember Frasier?
Maybe the girl who hates girly stuff just needs to learn that being female doesn't mean you have to act like a Kardashian.
Right.
Tomboy girl, right?
She could just be regular. You don't have to be extra.
Maybe childhood makes you sad sometimes, and there are other solutions besides hand me the dick saw.
I get it.
And look, I'm sure the vast majority of parents do not take this lightly. And that is very hard to know when something is real or just a phase.
Exactly.
And I understand being trans is different. It's innate. But kids do also have phases. They're kids. It's all phases. The
Yes.
dinosaur phase, the Hello Kitty phase. One day they want to be an astronaut. The next day you can't get them to leave their room. Gender fluid. Kids are fluid about everything. If kids knew what they wanted to be at age 8, the world would be filled with cowboys and princesses.
That is true.
That is true, though.
I appreciate it.
I said that's what we've been
I wanted
saying.
to be a pirate. Thank God nobody took me seriously and scheduled me for eye removal and peg leg surgery.
All right, Bill
Eye
Maher.
removal and peg leg surgery. That was a great way to end it.
I love it.
That was
Bill
the
Maher,
cherry
you're
on
on point.
top.
You were on point with this one. You were on point with this one, guys. It's been real.
What do you think, man?
It's been
Keep
real.
talking. Keep throwing up
Yeah.
comments.